Have you felt a sudden shift around you? Like the same ones who once doubted you are now quietly watching your rise? Have you noticed that those who tried to bring you down can no longer touch you? Listen carefully, because if you're hearing this, it's not a coincidence. This message has found you right on time. Only the chosen ones will feel this truth deep in their spirit. If you are not chosen, this message isn't for you. But if your heart beats faster as you hear these words, if your spirit feels a pull, stay with me. God Himself led you here. You've been through storms, betrayal, isolation, and still you stand. That's not by accident. The very ones who tried to bury you are about to bow down, not to your name, but to the power of God shining through you. This is your confirmation. Your season has arrived. So before we begin, comment 444 below if you know this word is for you. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Spirit Guide, tap the bell icon, and share this message with another chosen soul. Because what you're about to hear will open your eyes to who you truly are and why God chose you to lead them. Stay until the end, because your understanding of this moment, this divine timing, will change everything. The season of divine reversal. Chosen one, this is not just another season. This is the turning point. The spiritual tables are shifting, and everything that once seemed against you is now being rearranged for you. For a long time it looked like others were winning while you were being left behind. You prayed, you fasted, you cried in silence, wondering why the wicked seemed to prosper while your obedience brought pain. But God was watching. And now, He's moving. This is the season of divine reversal. What was once beneath will rise. What was hidden will be revealed. The same voices that mocked you will fall silent when they see what God is doing through you. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. That is not a metaphor anymore. It's happening in real time. You see, God had to let certain people walk ahead of you so that they would expose their pride, their intentions, and their limits. He had to let you walk the valley so that when the mountain came, you'd know how to stay humble on it. Every delay was training. Every rejection was redirection. You were not being punished, you were being positioned. Those who laughed at you were never your enemies. They were your teachers. They showed you what not to become. They taught you how to trust God when nothing made sense. They reminded you that divine power doesn't need validation from people, it only needs obedience. And now the God who hides His chosen in plain sight is revealing them before nations. Chosen one, when God starts elevating you, it will be so clear that no man can take the credit. You won't have to defend yourself or prove your worth. Your results will speak for themselves. Doors will open that no one else could unlock. Opportunities will come from directions you never expected. That's what happens when heaven declares it's your time. This is also the moment when people will start remembering your name, the same name they once ignored. You'll notice a change. The same ones who turned their backs will start showing respect, not because you sought it, but because the power of God demands it. They will bow, not before your ego, but before the divine authority that has been placed over your life. And you must remember this: how you handle your rise will define your reign. Stay grounded. Stay grateful. Never forget the quiet nights when no one believed in you but God. Humility will protect your crown. There's a reason your spirit feels restless right now. It's because heaven is moving. The spiritual atmosphere around you has shifted. You're stepping out of delay and into divine demonstration. Everything that was held back is being released. It's not luck. It's prophecy unfolding. If this word is confirming what you've been sensing, comment 333 right now. That's the number of divine alignment, a sign that what's happening in the spirit is about to manifest in the physical. Let them talk, let them wonder. Because what's coming next will silence every rumor and every lie. You don't need revenge. Your elevation will be your vindication. God is about to make an example out of your endurance. While others sought attention, you sought his presence. And that's why he chose you. You are walking into a season where peace will follow you, favor will surround you, and grace will announce you. This is the moment when your name carries spiritual weight. You are not who you were a year ago. The process changed you, refined you, and prepared you. Now, heaven has released the word, it is time. Stay calm, stay steady. The reversal has already begun. When God hid you from them. Chosen one. Let's talk about the hidden years. The seasons when it felt like no one saw your value, when doors wouldn't open no matter how hard you knocked. You wondered, did God forget about me? But the truth is, you weren't forgotten. You were hidden. There's a difference between being buried and being planted. When something is buried, it's gone. But when something is planted, it's preparing to grow. God had to hide you because the world wasn't ready for what he placed inside you. You carried too much anointing, too much purpose, and too much light for immature eyes to understand. You see, divine preparation requires separation. God pulled you away from certain people not because they were evil, but because they couldn't go where you were going. He silenced your name in certain circles because he didn't want premature exposure to destroy your destiny. He hid your voice so it could grow strong in private before being released in public. Those years when you felt invisible, that was heaven's protection. Every delay, every disappointment, every moment of rejection was part of divine disguise. God was covering your identity while he shaped your strength. He was building endurance in your spirit, humility in your heart, and clarity in your calling. When others were celebrated, you were being cultivated. When they were seen, you were being set apart. God trains his generals in isolation. Every chosen leader has to pass through the wilderness before stepping into the promise. That's where your discernment sharpened. That's where your prayer life deepened. That's where you learned to hear God without needing applause. People may have overlooked you, but heaven took notes. While they doubted your potential, angels were assigned to your path. You didn't lose time. You were gaining wisdom. Every silent battle built something eternal within you. And that's why you don't need to chase validation. Your validation comes from the throne. When you were misunderstood, God smiled. When you cried alone, he was near. The same God who hid Joseph in a prison before raising him to the palace is the same God who hid you. And now, just like Joseph, your time of revealing has come. Chosen one, understand this. When God hides you, he's not ignoring you. He's investing in you. He hides his most valuable treasures until the right season. Diamonds form in pressure and darkness before they shine. The same goes for you. Your obscurity was sacred. It was your incubation period. Soon, the same people who said you weren't ready will ask for your guidance. The same ones who couldn't see your worth will call you blessed. But don't let pride speak. Let grace lead. Remember, you were hidden so you could be humbled. You were trained in silence so you could lead with wisdom. If you ever feel like you're still waiting to be seen, remember this truth. Even when man can't see you, heaven celebrates you. Every act of faith, every moment of obedience, every tear of surrender, it's all been recorded. And now God is saying, step forward. This is your unveiling. You're not coming out broken, you're emerging bold, refined, and ready. The waiting wasn't wasted, it was worship. And now the world will see what heaven already knew. You were chosen long before they even noticed your name. The time they bow down. Chosen one, this is the moment heaven whispered about when you thought your prayers were unheard. The time has come when everything hidden in darkness is being revealed by divine light. The season has shifted. You are no longer being overlooked. You are being positioned. What once was buried in silence is now being called to the surface. For so long, you were the underdog, the one they underestimated, ignored, and dismissed. They called you weak, naive, or too spiritual. They didn't understand that you weren't losing. You were learning. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared. Now, the same people who look down on you will have to lift their eyes to see you. But listen closely. This is not about ego, revenge, or pride. This is about divine order. When God exalts His chosen, it's not to prove anyone wrong. It's to prove Himself faithful. Those who doubted you will witness the hand of God move in ways they can't explain. They'll realize it was never luck. It was destiny unfolding. You see, when God raises you, He doesn't ask for permission. He doesn't check opinions. He simply fulfills His promise. Those who tried to block your path will watch doors open that they never had the power to close. Those who mocked your faith will see that the same prayers they laughed at have become your foundation of victory. And yes, they will bow, not to your flesh, but to the glory of God upon you. The bowing is spiritual. It's a moment of recognition that you were never ordinary. The anointing they ignored has now become undeniable. Every insult, every false word spoken against you is being reversed. What was meant to destroy you only deepened your strength. The tables have turned. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. You are witnessing a divine exchange. The same ones who sought attention will fade, and those who served in silence will rise. You are that one, the chosen who endured quietly, the one who stayed faithful when others gave up. That's why heaven is honoring you now. Remember this truth. Your elevation is not the goal. Your obedience is. God is not raising you to show off your success. He's raising you to display His sovereignty. Your rise is a reflection of His righteousness. Every victory must point back to Him. So when honor comes, remain humble. When recognition arrives, remember your roots. Don't let pride speak where grace should. The chosen lead with compassion, not competition. You have nothing to prove. Your fruit will prove it for you. Chosen one, people are about to treat you differently. Some with admiration, others with discomfort. Not everyone will celebrate your rise, but they won't be able to deny it either. The same eyes that watched you struggle will now witness your restoration. That's the divine justice of God, not punishment, but revelation. Even your enemies are part of this prophecy. God will use them as witnesses to your transformation. They will see that no matter what they plotted, they couldn't stop what heaven ordained. You were covered, guarded, and guided the entire time. And hear this, you will not need to announce your breakthrough. It will announce itself. When God blesses you, the evidence speaks louder than any words. The way people respond to you will change because the spiritual authority over your life has increased. You won't need to shout to be heard. Your presence will carry weight. Still, don't allow bitterness to grow in your heart. Forgive those who hurt you. Forgive those who doubted you. Your healing is your power. Remember, those who bow before you are not your enemies. They are instruments used by God to confirm your calling. Their acknowledgement is proof that heaven has shifted your position. You've entered a moment of divine vindication. All the tears, sacrifices, and lonely nights are finally revealing their purpose. God is showing the world what He saw in you all along. The quiet warrior is now being crowned. When Joseph's brothers bowed before him, it wasn't because he demanded respect. It was because destiny demanded recognition. The dream he carried finally came to pass. And just like Joseph, you will see the same pattern. Those who betrayed you will have to watch your prophecy unfold, but show them mercy, just as he did. That's what separates the chosen from the prideful. If your spirit feels this confirmation right now, comment 444 below. That number represents divine order, a sign that what God promised is manifesting exactly as He planned. This is not just your moment of recognition, it's your assignment activation. You're not being lifted for comfort, you're being positioned for leadership. Others will look to you for guidance, and your humility will teach more than any sermon. Carry your crown with grace, and yes, people will remember how they treated you, but let your response reflect maturity, not resentment. A true leader doesn't remind others of their mistakes, they model mercy. You have nothing to prove anymore. You have only one mission, to lead in love and truth. Soon, those who once avoided you will seek your advice. The same ones who said, "You'll never make it," will ask how you did it. That's the power of divine turnaround. But never forget, it was God who wrote this story. You only walked in obedience. So when you see them bow, spiritually or symbolically, smile. Because this isn't your victory alone, it's God's victory through you. Every battle, every betrayal, every season of silence was leading here. Lift your eyes to heaven and whisper, "Thank you, Father, for trusting me with the struggle that built my strength." That's the posture of the chosen. That's how you stay in alignment while walking in glory. This is your moment. This is your revealing. The ones who once mocked will now marvel. The world will see what heaven already knew, that you were chosen from the beginning. You don't have to fight for your position anymore. You are the position. You carry divine authority, not because of who you are, but because of who sent you. So stand tall, chosen one, walk in silence, but let your light roar. They will bow, not in fear, but in awe of God's hand upon your life. And when they do, remember the truth. The glory was never yours to keep. It belongs to the one who called you, kept you, and crowned you. Your season has arrived. Heaven has spoken. The prophecy is fulfilled. You were chosen to lead them. Chosen one, now that you've been elevated, now that the world begins to recognize what heaven has known all along. It's time to understand why God chose you. It wasn't only for you to be seen, honored, or vindicated. It was for you to lead. You were never meant to blend in. You were called to guide others out of darkness. The journey you've walked, the pain, the tests, the isolation, was the training ground for divine leadership. God has chosen you, not because you are perfect, but because you remained faithful when others fell away. You were consistent when no one was watching. And now, the same endurance that kept you alive will become the wisdom that leads others to light. Leadership in the spiritual realm is not about control or recognition. It's about service. True leadership begins in humility. You were broken first so that compassion could live in you. You were misunderstood so that you would learn to lead with understanding. You were rejected so that you could lead with empathy. That is the mark of every chosen one. They do not lead with pride. They lead with love and divine authority. When you speak, others will listen, not because of your words, but because of the anointing that flows through them. God has entrusted you with influence, but He expects stewardship, not arrogance. To lead is to carry both the weight of glory and the responsibility of grace. Many desire the crown, but reject the cross that shapes it. You have worn that cross. You have endured the fire, and that is why your crown will not fade, because it was forged through obedience. You didn't rush your process. You allowed God to refine you. That is why heaven calls you qualified. You must understand that leadership is not about standing above people. It's about walking before them. You will be the light others follow, the calm in their storm, the voice that reminds them that God is still speaking. But never forget, every leader remains a servant first. Keep your ears open to the Spirit. Stay humble enough to be corrected, even as others look to you for direction. That balance between boldness and humility is what keeps a chosen one grounded. When God appoints a leader, He gives them sight beyond the natural. You will begin to sense things before they happen. You will discern spirits, see motives, and feel energies around you. Don't be afraid of this gift. It's your divine radar. Use it not to judge, but to protect, to heal, and to guide those who are still blind to the spiritual world. Leadership among the chosen is not just influence, it's intercession. You stand in the gap between heaven and earth. You hear what others can't, and you speak what others fear to say. Many will come to you for answers. Some will come with pure intentions, others with envy, curiosity, or confusion. You must discern who is meant to walk with you and who is meant to learn from afar. Not everyone is meant to be close. Some people will drain your light instead of reflecting it. Guard your peace, because your peace is your power. A true leader protects their energy. You are not called to save everyone. You are called to lead those who are ready. And yes, this leadership comes with weight. It can feel lonely at times. The higher you rise, the fewer people will understand your language. But do not mistake isolation for abandonment. Even Jesus often withdrew to be alone with the Father. You must do the same. Your strength will come from your secret place, those quiet moments when you recharge your spirit in prayer and stillness. That is where divine instruction flows. Chosen one, as you lead, understand that your journey will inspire others far beyond what you can see. There are people watching you right now who may never tell you how much you've changed their lives. Your endurance gives them hope. Your resilience teaches them faith. Your victories remind them that God still rewards obedience. You are a walking testimony of divine grace, a living message that God can raise anyone from anywhere and use them for His glory. When leadership feels heavy, remember why you were chosen. God didn't pick you because you were the loudest, strongest, or most talented. He chose you because you were willing. He saw a heart that would listen, a soul that could carry His light with purity. He saw someone who would not manipulate power, but magnify Him through it. That's why others fell away. Their hearts were not ready for the responsibility that comes with favor. But you, chosen one, you stayed surrendered. There will be times when you question your worthiness, but don't let doubt speak louder than destiny. God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. The same hand that lifted you will sustain you. The same Spirit that trained you will teach you how to lead with wisdom. You don't need to have all the answers. You only need to stay connected to the source. Leadership through divine calling is not about perfection. It's about presence. When you carry His presence, everything else aligns. As you step into your role, you'll notice divine guidance in every decision. Ideas, visions, and words will flow like rivers from your spirit. That's not coincidence. That's divine partnership. You are no longer operating in human strength. Heaven is co-laboring with you. That's why you must remain pure in heart. The enemy will try to tempt you with distraction, vanity, or compromise, but you must remember who you are. You're not just a voice. You are a vessel. You don't speak for attention. You speak for transformation. If you feel this truth stirring within your spirit, comment 444 below. That number is your reminder that your steps are divinely ordered. Every move you make from this point on carries purpose. Don't rush, don't fear, and don't doubt. Heaven is leading you every step of the way. As you continue walking in this leadership, remember that not everyone will understand your assignment. Some will misinterpret your confidence as arrogance, your boundaries as distance, your discernment as judgment. Don't waste energy explaining yourself. True leaders don't need to be understood. They need to be effective. Let your fruit speak. Let your light teach. Let your walk reveal who sent you. There will be moments when your strength feels empty. You'll want to retreat back into silence, but the Spirit will keep pulling you forward, reminding you that you were chosen to lead even when it feels uncomfortable. Leadership isn't about ease, it's about obedience. When you step into your divine position, grace will carry what effort cannot. You won't need to force it. God will flow through you naturally. This is your mantle now. You are not who you were before. Every test was training. Every heartbreak was holy preparation. You have graduated from survival to stewardship. Now, your role is to lead others into the same transformation you experienced. Be patient with them. Remember, you were once where they are. Speak truth, but with love. Correct, but with compassion. And always lead by example, because your life will preach louder than your words ever will. Chosen one, God trusts you. He's placing lives in your hands, souls under your voice, and destinies beneath your influence. Take this seriously. You are a representative of the kingdom now. When people see you, they should feel peace. When they hear you, they should sense power. When they follow you, they should move closer to God. That's true leadership. You were chosen not just to rise, but to raise others. The torch is in your hand now. Carry it with humility, with strength, and with divine love. Let your leadership remind the world that God still anoints ordinary people for extraordinary purposes. The light that shines from you now is not your own. It's the reflection of the one who sent you. Walk boldly, lead wisely, and never forget, you are chosen, not for status, but for service. The battle before the crown. Chosen one, before every crown comes a battle not of flesh and blood, but of spirit and endurance. Every chosen vessel must first walk through the fire before wearing the crown of divine authority. You cannot rise without resistance. You cannot reign without refining. This is the pattern of heaven. The greater your calling, the greater your confrontation. The crown does not come cheap. It is forged through warfare, tears, and unwavering faith. You've already faced much of this battle without even realizing it. The seasons when you felt everything was against you, when friends turned to strangers, when nothing seemed to move forward, those were not random struggles. They were the spiritual proving grounds that built your strength. God was watching to see if you would stand firm when no one believed in you, if you would worship when your heart was breaking, if you would still obey when the promise seemed far away. And you did. That's why you are still here. That's why heaven calls you victorious. The enemy does not fight what is weak. He fights what is anointed. You became a target not because you were powerless, but because you were chosen. Every attack that came your way was a confirmation of your assignment. The enemy saw your potential long before you did. He saw the light of destiny over you and tried everything to extinguish it. But no weapon formed against you could prevail, because your story was written by divine hands. Every betrayal, every false accusation, every disappointment was permitted for your development. They weren't meant to break you. They were meant to build you. God used rejection to release you from wrong connections. He used isolation to teach you how to depend solely on Him. He used pain to reveal the power that lives inside you. The crown you will wear isn't made of gold, it's made of endurance. It's built from every time you refused to quit, every time you kept believing, every time you rose after falling. Chosen one, don't curse your process. The process is your preparation. You are not behind, you are being strengthened. The warfare you face now is not punishment. It is promotion in disguise. When God is about to elevate you, He allows a battle to test your readiness. He doesn't test to fail you, He tests to trust you. Every chosen leader must prove that they can handle power without pride, influence without arrogance, and success without forgetting the source. That is what your storms have been teaching you. There were moments when you cried out, "God, why me?" And heaven replied, "Because you can handle what others cannot." You were chosen for this. The pain you endured would have destroyed many, but it made you stronger, wiser, and more spiritually sharp. What once wounded you has now become your weapon. You no longer fight like you used to. Now you fight from a place of understanding, using discernment instead of emotion, prayer instead of panic, and faith instead of fear. But remember this, the final test always comes right before the crown. The pressure intensifies, the enemy grows desperate, and distractions appear in every form. That's because your breakthrough is near. When the battle feels heaviest, that's when victory is closest. Don't lose focus now. You've come too far to turn back. This is the last stretch before the unveiling. Keep your armor on. Your faith, your prayer, your peace, your patience. These are your divine weapons. When the attacks come, don't respond with anger. Respond with authority. Don't waste time arguing with those who misunderstand you. Silence is your strategy. Peace is your power. Every distraction sent your way is designed to drain your spirit. But you are wiser now. You know how to guard your energy, how to protect your peace, how to move when the Spirit says move and stand still when He says wait. That wisdom is the mark of the mature. That's what separates the chosen from the called. You are being prepared to wear the crown of influence with integrity. You're learning that leadership requires balance, boldness and humility, strength and surrender, authority and compassion. These dual qualities are what make divine leaders unshakable. You don't need to prove your power. Your endurance already did. The very fact that you survived battles meant to destroy you is proof of your anointing. If this message is stirring your spirit, if you feel that inner confirmation that your battles were not in vain, comment 777 below. That number is your sign of divine completion, a reminder that your warfare has reached its purpose and your crown is near. When God crowns a person, He doesn't just reward them, He reveals them. He brings them out of hiding and places them where their voice can carry impact. But with this exposure comes responsibility. You must remain watchful. The higher you rise, the subtler the attacks. The enemy no longer comes through open confrontation. He comes through flattery, distraction, and comfort. Stay alert. Stay prayerful. Don't let your success make you spiritually sleepy. Remember how you got here, on your knees. Never let the spotlight replace the secret place. Your crown will only remain as long as your humility does. You are a warrior, but you are also a servant. You carry the authority of heaven, but it must always reflect the heart of heaven, mercy, justice, and love. Chosen one, the battle you fought is your credential. It's your spiritual degree. Heaven has certified you through adversity. That's why your next chapter will carry so much influence, because it was birthed through pain, not pride. You didn't inherit this crown. You earned it through surrender. So, when your moment of victory arrives, and it will, remember to give glory where it belongs. The same God who sustained you in the valley will sustain you on the mountain. Keep your heart pure. Keep your motives holy. You've conquered too much to lose your crown to carelessness. The battle before the crown was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to define you. And now you carry a power that cannot be stolen, a peace that cannot be shaken, and a purpose that cannot be denied. You are not the same person who entered the fire. You came out refined, radiant, and ready. So stand tall, chosen one. The warfare is ending. The season of victory is unfolding. The time to wear your crown, the one heaven designed just for you, has come. Not as a symbol of pride, but as a sign of purpose fulfilled. The battle made you worthy of the crown, and the crown confirms that the battle was never in vain. Conclusion: the dawn of your divine era. Chosen one, take a deep breath. Feel the shift in your spirit. What you have endured, what you have overcome, and what you have learned has brought you here, to the dawn of your divine era. You are standing at the threshold of everything God promised you. The storms have passed, The battles have been won, and the delays have expired. Now begins your revealing, your reign, your restoration. This is not just another chapter. This is the fulfillment of prophecy. Every tear you cried was a seed, and now the harvest is ready. The people who once questioned your faith will soon witness the glory of God moving through your life. You will not need to announce it. Heaven will do it for you. The favor of God will speak louder than any explanation. The same light that once drew rejection will now draw respect, opportunities, and divine connections. Chosen one, this is your time to walk boldly in purpose. Lead with love, speak with wisdom, and live with purity. Your crown is not for decoration, it's for direction. You were chosen to lead, to heal, to awaken others to their own divine identity. Walk in authority, but stay anchored in humility. Remember, the power you carry belongs to the one who gave it. If this message confirmed what you already felt in your spirit, comment 999 below, a sign of divine completion and new beginnings. Like, share, and subscribe, so this word reaches every other chosen one who needs it right now. You are not forgotten. You are not ordinary. You are the vessel God is using in this generation. Rise up, because this is the dawn of your divine era, and heaven is watching you step into destiny.